Hey guys, um, welcome. For now, it is just me. Rick is getting dinner ready. So let me just 1 second while I sort this out. But yeah, welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you guys here. um, but yeah, how has everyone been? How has everyone's oh, I meant to turn on to like adjust the delays, like the stream delay. I meant to adjust that it's short delay, but I forgot to do it before starting the stream. So it's a bit of a longer delay. Sorry for that. Yeah, we have been busy with Project Constantine. We've been like, we work, but then you don't hear anything from us or you don't see any stuff on social media because it takes a while for, um, all the paperwork to get done. Or, for example, we bought 1, 2, 3 cars. One is already with the unit, another one's being fixed up, and then another one's coming through to Ukraine this coming weekend, I think. Hey Greg, hey Just Jimmy, and Petra, welcome. Petra, is it Petra or Petra? Like, do we say TH or is it like Petra or is it? Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we're working on that. We got some yesterday we bought more Nefam, which is like pain medication that you like inhale. So we got that. So I will get you guys a nice report once all of that is done. And yeah, then Halina is also going to visit our guys in the 67th in a while. Petra, thank you. I was going to visit our guys in the 67 in a while from now. Not exactly sure when. So it's going to be nice to see them and, hear how they're doing. Yeah, it's good. Life is going on. Yeah. What else? I don't know. It's been difficult, watching the news and then, continuing to work and watching the news. I've gotten to the point where I open Twitter and then I'm like, oh, that's what's going on in the world today. Never mind. Close Twitter. Just stop paying attention to that. Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just do this. So also I want to ask you guys, hey Nikki lurking from work, and hey Cheryl. I want to ask you guys, are you guys planning anything for Sunday, for Independence Day? Does anyone have plans? There going to be rallies or something in whatever part of the world you're in? Hey Tanae. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, I think one of the things that's really difficult, right, is it's one thing when you don't have money, when people ask for help and you don't have money and you're like, because then we can still have a fundraiser. Like it still falls, something still falls into like our center of influence, our circle of influence. There we go. Um, but sometimes we speak to the guys and we're like, hey, do you need anything? And they're like, no, nothing you buy is going to make a difference right now. And then you're like, uh. So that is a very not fun part, I would say. Um, the helplessness of the situation. So yeah, it's difficult. And yeah. So, is anyone planning anything for the 24th? I know we are going to do some things here in South Africa, but is there like rallies anywhere? I think, because I remember last year there was like a big global one, I think. Um, yeah, so Rick said he will be like 10, 15 to 20 minutes late. So, um, everyone I see in chat already knows Greg. I mean, sorry, already knows Rick. Everyone is active in chat. Um, so there's not anyone who's gonna be like, I can't tell you like, oh yeah, so my guest is Rick, and this is who he is, because you all know who he is. Um, but yeah. Um, let's see. While we wait for him, um, do you guys have any questions you want to ask Rick that I can just make a list of it? Um, let's see what is going on in the world. What? Okay. Trump apparently said Crimea is massive. I would say like the size of Texas or something in the middle of the ocean. Like, hey, Nicola. So like, can we just get him a map? Just like one map. Um, yeah. And it's Wednesday. Hey, Morgan, ça va? Um, yeah, it's been busy, you know, looking at the world. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm just reading Sally's message now. Ah, you're welcome, Stacey. They're awesome. Yeah. Wait. Gail. Why did I call you Stacey? I see you and I'm like, that's not your real name. Uh, so, hi, Gail. Gail was on my stream a while ago. She is an activist here in South Africa who, I don't know, I do not want to know what your petrol bill is like, driving around all over the country attending rallies. It must be pretty intense. But yeah. Oh, did you guys see? I think I forgot to post it on. No, I know I forgot to post it on Discord and on YouTube. But we got this message from, so it's medical kits. Let me do that. Okay. It's medical kits. Okay. Because you guys remember Helena compiled a lot of medical kits, right? And we sent it to the 42nd and we sent it to the 67th. And then we got a message saying, your PK medical kits saved 2 Ukrainian lives yesterday. You can post and be proud, ladies. 2 severe 300 yesterday. So I won't show you the extremely bloody one. I don't want YouTube to get upset with me. But it's on our Facebook as well, and it's on Instagram and on Twitter. You can see it there. But it is really cool to see that, you know, the things we buy do make a difference. Yeah. Tonight, did you watch the like the full interaction between Trump and Zelensky? I just tuned out. I was like, nope, I'm not watching this. So I only saw like the map. I only saw pieces of it. Like I only saw the memes basically. But yeah. Okay, so Morgan says in east of France they have an event on Sunday for Ukrainian Independence Day. Awesome. So yeah. It was a farce. I mean, did we expect anything else? You know? I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm reading your message. Like, Moscow is saying Zelensky isn't a legitimate president again. The meeting has to be between Lavrov, aka Horseman, the guy who looks like a horse or a shoe. I've seen a meme of him looking like a shoe. Okay, so between the horse and the head of the Verkhovna Rada. I don't know, Ruslan. We can ask Rick when he's here, but also this is really funny to me because it says, what does it tell us? Tells us that actually what I'm seeing from this is Putin won't attend. Okay. Which, yeah, I don't know. It's just donate. Just like at this point, like I would be like, let's just develop a nuke. That's all I'm saying. We need to get working on that. Kidding. We're not doing that, guys. Yeah, Morgan, please just send me the flyer and then I can post it online. And in the group, I mean on Discord as well. And we can do that. Yeah. I mean, keeping up with today the Kremlin says this and tomorrow they say that. It's crazy. Let me get this. I actually have an entire meme folder on my phone just dedicated to Lavrov. Okay. That's how much I despise this guy. He has his own meme folder. I think I had a meme folder for him. I can't find it now. Ah, yes. See? I lie about everything. I'm not even human. I'm a shoe. It's the same photo. It's like the thing from The Office where it's like corporate needs you to find Diakuyu Morgan. Merci, forgot that's French. But you guys remember like the scene from The Office where like corporate needs you to find the difference between the two? It's the same picture. So, yeah. Um Kremlin se moed. Ek stem, Nicola, ek stem. um Onward. So yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at my Lavrov memes. I will pay attention now. And then I will also post the flyer for the event in France on our Discord. Um, oh, I have no intentions of going to the US. I mean, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I would not be allowed entry. Hey, Dimitru. I'm pretty sure I will not be allowed entry. But I still need to be nice to them when I see them at events here, like at embassy events here in South Africa. So I still need to be like, hi. And then remember, like, they're just representatives. But I don't know, did they recall their ambassador? I don't even know who is the ambassador here at the moment. Discord. Let me quickly post Morgan's flyer. Ja, asseblief, Boetie. Asseblief. Viper is feeling sorry for me. He's like, do you need me to join until Rick comes? I'm like, yes. Okay, awesome. He's just getting ready. So Viper is joining us for a short bit until Rick comes. I don't know. Halina thought the stream was at 11. I'm like, why would I be streaming at 11? But apparently when she looked at the link, it told her it was at 11. I'm like, nope. So, hey, Anna B. Yeah, tonight it is. He actually messaged me, like, I sent him the link, and then he messaged me, and he was like, will you forgive me if I, like, what did he say? He's like, if I stay true to myself and show up late? And I'm like, understandable. But I'm like, this? So I'm like, no, I need to go live. But thankfully, Viper will join and help me out with this extreme awkwardness because I'm not that used being in front of the camera here by myself. Like yesterday, I did a pre-recording stream with Nick and Ukrainian. Halina, are you gonna join too? Oh my goodness, I get spoiled. Um, but yeah. Sorry, Halina messaged and asked for a link as well. Oh, yes. Yes, that is true. Thank you for reminding me about that, Greg. You guys remember we did Project Vampire? No? Yeah, Project Awake for vampire drones. There we go. Okay. So that the first two are almost ready. So yeah. Yeah, I need to take up drama, Cheryl. I do need to take up drama. I need to start doing. It's actually funny, right? In school, we had the option to have like extramurals, and I had to choose between English drama and Afrikaans drama. But the Afrikaans drama kids got to wear like, because we had school uniforms, but they got to wear like black clothes for like that one period. And I wanted to take Afrikaans drama just for that. My dad was like, I will increase your allowance if you take if you take English drama. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll rather take more allowance. So I was bribed as a kid. Yeah. Halinochka!
Hello.
Вітаю! Take English drama. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll rather take more allowance.
You
So
are everywhere,
was
and I don't
bribed
know how to
kid.
stop this.
Oh my word. How are you?
Дякую. I'm good. I'm
Good.
on YouTube also, yeah, because I.
Yes, yes, you are on YouTube.
So, good night, everyone, or good day. Actually, it's for mostly for other people this day, yeah.
We have a lot of people from Europe and America. So I just say hi because I don't know what
Hi.
day any. Hi.
Hi. I'm Hala. Hi. I just from job and it's a group of support, so everyone is like, hello.
Oh. My
It's
name
not
is
this
Halia.
group. Yeah, but it's not these groups, but like still it's a supporting group. So hello, I'm Gala.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Where is
How are
Rick?
you? He's busy eating.
It's what I didn't have time to do. Okay, I will eat after Rick.
Once Rick is here, you can eat.
Yes, yes. So it's like an order.
Yeah. But guys, I have good news for you. Next week, my guest is Halinochka. She's gonna be my guest, and Rick is here. Yay!
Halina.
Привіт!
I
Ну,
did.
не то, щоб ми прийшли спасати ситуацію.
I didn't expect Halina. This is why I said Halina first, guys.
Yeah,
So
I also didn't expect her. She just messaged me, send me a link. I was like, okay, boss.
that's cool. Good to
I
see you
wasn't
both.
first. I know that I wasn't first.
Good. Okay, yeah, I was having a dinner. I cooked it myself only at 9, and I needed to eat it very hot. But I managed. Now I'm not hungry, and I'm ready to talk for as many hours as you need. You know me.
Awesome. Good. Halina,
You owned me 8 hours.
8 hours.
It was first stream. It was 8 hours. Like really, when somebody wants to stream, I think okay, like I have speech for 3 minutes
Mhm.
about
You know,
how it's going on in Ukraine.
I actually stopped streaming for so long. Now I stream only for 5, maximum 6 hours. No 8
Mhm.
hours. No, please. I don't like to stream for that long. It is too exhausting. I mean,
But
like,
still,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
amazing to see results because I became huge in some reason.
Now you'll become small again
who
because
is
your
this?
hubby is here.
Okay, wait.
Okay, we will
Is
say
he
hello
already
to
on the
everybody
screen?
and then just goodbye to everybody. No problem.
Yeah, there he is.
Hello, Viper.
Hey guys, how you doing? Rick, haven't seen you in a while.
Good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. And what about you?
Rough.
Mhm.
We have moved area of operations. We in Donbas area, which is very difficult.
Mhm.
But keep on going. That's the most important. Just continue going. So yeah, otherwise good. Still strong, still going.
Okay.
Look at
That's good.
Halina's smile. She's like, "This is my husband."
Yeah, I actually know
Jana
that.
promised not to connect us in one stream because like it's
Because I know she like I know Halina's eyes just goes like
Helena, this
Hello,
is why
my love.
you sent the link to Viper?
no, it's not me. But I wanted to say, Rick, that I see like results of streaming, results of fundraising every week in your post in Instagram, and even with 8 hours, like to do it smaller, it's still amazing that people continue to support.
You know, Helena, I have a life hack. I am doing the Sunday one 5 hours, but I'm doing extra streams on weekdays. So Tuesday 2 hours, Wednesday 2 hours, Thursday 2 hours, more streams. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. The result is stable and it's the result provided by the community. So I gotta thank all the Rickrollers for donating, for keep providing these results. Thank you for noticing that and mentioning. It's very pleasant, when we get the recognition of the work we do. So I'm grateful.
Speaking of the work Rick does, he currently has a NAFO campaign, but Keith, who is our also mod, but he's also Rick's mod, so he will post that. It's Rick's PayPal, and then also your 11th NAFO campaign.
11th, yeah. And in one campaign, like we started those campaigns raising funds for one car, one truck, then it was 2, then 3. Now we kind of stopped on 3, but there were times we were raising for 4 in one campaign. So yeah, this one is
Crazy.
going slower than the others, and it's kind of understandable. It's not because the community is kind of doing differently. It's because the big donator did not join in this campaign, and usually
Oh.
we would have this campaign closed already by like in a month or month and a half, but now it's going for more than 2 months just because
Oh.
of that. Yeah, because that big donator was covering a couple of dozens of thousands of dollars, like from 10 to
Sure.
30,000 he could drop in, but he is not gone forever. He just said he is not sure that he can support this campaign. So yeah, it's just, I really hope it's temporary.
Me
But
too.
anyway, we're doing good. The pace is slower just because of that, but if we take the regular pace, nothing changed. So except for this big donator. That's it. May I address a question quickly from Tune
Yes.
in the chat?
Yes.
She asked, who is Ruslan Stefanchuk? This is the speaker of our parliament, Verkhovna Rada, and he is Well, he's, I think, also appointed.
Is
I'm not
he
sure.
okay? Because the newest, Cheryl said the newest from Moscow is that they are saying Zelensky isn't legitimate. Again, they're saying it again. And now Lavrov should meet with Ruslan. And I'm like, the horse should meet Ruslan?
We already heard this shit from Putin and Moscow. This is not the first time, yeah. So Ruslan Stefanchuk is the speaker of our parliament. That's it.
Okay. Viper and Halina, are you guys going to join me for the whole interview?
No,
We come say hi.
we
And
come and say
share.
hi for yeah, sorry love.
Okay.
Listen, Rick, by the way, for the guys that's here, please support NAFO. Come on, we just had a NAFO truck being blown up by FPV. Lucky the 4 guys are safe. So please support NAFO. I mean, we are in the queue again. So hopefully in the next couple of months we can get a car again. This one at least lasts longer than the previous one. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah. But you're not in a nice spot, so
No, we're not. We're in a very, very difficult area. But
yeah.
I can imagine what area it could be.
Yeah, well, it's the worst. There's nothing worse in Ukraine at the moment. So
may I ask you, Viper, while you're here, do you use, except for shotguns against FPV drones, do you guys use net guns?
yes, Project Constantine donated 2 to us.
Good
So
job.
we do use them. But there's some other technology that I can speak to you privately about, which we're busy testing now, which works quite well.
Ooh, nice. So those
yeah.
big scissors are almost there, you know, to cut the fiber optics.
It's not the big scissors.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. No, it's just it helps us. It helps us. It's like a detection method. So, but I can speak to you off on DM directly. I can tell you exactly what it is.
And who paid for that? Who paid for that?
Say again.
Who paid for that?
PK paid for it, by the way.
I know.
Jana, you have to do this every time when somebody says PK is the net.
Now listen, PK is like our be all and end all at the moment. Helping we're just trying to help to keep all my guys alive, and we're fighting hard to do it. But
okay,
yeah,
detection for fiber optics is really good. I'm happy that something appears.
There's something in the other. It's not the detection in the frontal part where it's flying, but there's something you can do after it's flown. And then there's I can't speak too much. Sorry, it's just it's difficult to explain, but there is something.
It's okay. You guys can talk offline. You guys can
offline. Rick, by all means, I'll send you all the detail that I've got.
Okay, thank you. I'm really curious. You know, I'm sorry, Jana, that we're taking space with these topics.
No,
we were supposed to talk about occupation here. I know.
Yes, we are. As soon as the husband and wife leave us.
Okay.
But
love you guys.
You guys can watch them next week. They will be here.
Yeah, we will be having a chat next week regarding Elena's work in our unit, doing working with my guys, active combat guys, and we're going to have a discussion from psychology side, but then also from my side, which is operational side. So yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting
awesome.
topic. I've already converted my wife halfway to my side, and my wife has converted me halfway to her side. So, but yeah, it's good. For all the guys, Keith Kane, I see Just Jimmy, I see all the guys. Sorry for not being active in social media. It's just been really rough. But yeah, thanks for you guys' support. Thanks for the roller support. Come on, you guys have always supported us, and it's amazing. Thank you very much for everything you do.
Awesome. Much love.
Rick, nice to catch up with you. Lots of love. Be blessed.
Yeah.
Bye.
Is anybody doing a screenshot? Please.
Someone do a screenshot. Viper, you're just making an apple.
Yeah, that's an apple.
My hands are so big. Come on.
Please, donators, do screenshot, send in Discord.
Yes.
Something like this.
Yeah. Wait, I can also bring a bit more.
They did a screenshot, I'm sure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Oh my goodness. Those two, I love them.
They are awesome. Yeah.
They're awesome.
And I'm happy that they joined, at least for a bit.
Yeah,
We
it
had
was. Yeah.
we had this hangout. I need to invite all of you to one of the streams of mine because it's
yes.
been a long time no seen.
It has been a long time. It
And
has been.
what the hell? I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just there's
You
no
have a
reason
lot of guests.
sometimes. Yeah, so
You have a lot
sometimes
of guests.
guests ask to join. Sometimes I'm just thinking of some particular guest, and then okay, so many excuses I have in my mind that I did why I didn't invite you.
It's okay. At least we know we're not mad at each other.
Yeah, I'm
That's
at
the
least not
important
mad
thing.
at
Okay.
you.
So
Yep.
there are people here who might not know you. Okay.
Really?
I know you run all of YouTube. I know that. But
No,
can you
I don't.
introduce
It's too much.
Can you introduce yourself, your background? Yeah.
By the way, I will introduce myself, but quick question. Am I heard loud and clear enough, or should I close the microphone closer or maybe further? Because when I connect
Your
as a
audio
guest,
sounds good to me, but let's just hear from
from
Jana.
the stream.
Yeah. Guys, plus for Rick's audio, or is there something wrong?
Because I just cannot control my sound when I join someone else's stream. This is why it can be.
Okay, our audio is good.
Awesome. That's good. Thank you.
Super. Thank you,
Well,
just Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy. Damn, so many familiar
I
faces
know.
and names in
It's
the chat.
literally your community.
Yeah, I actually, you know what I didn't do? I didn't announce the stream on YouTube. I need to do it right now before I start telling my story, if you don't mind.
Okay, do that.
Okay,
Do that.
you talk to the chat for now. Okay, reply to some questions or messages that we had there.
We had questions or messages? I don't know.
We should have. Oh, Jana.
Yes.
Is it going to be complicated to send me the thumbnail of the stream?
Oh no, let me quickly send it to you.
Yeah, I know that you're pretty multitasking, not like me.
There you go.
Thank you.
Super.
Oh, I hate that I cannot tag Project Constantine on
a
YouTube.
yeah, as a what, like as a post or
as a post. Yeah, in a post, it's never like you have no numbers after the name of the channel, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but at some point it's project with CT in the end, right?
Yeah.
Constantine. There should be no mistakes. But every time, at some point it stopped being possible to do this.
I'll have a look in our settings a bit later. Also, hi Pat, another South African.
Pat Challen, good to see you. By the way, we had the new, maybe you know this person, Gail Force from South Africa. We had the new roller from South Africa.
Yeah, she was on my stream.
She was a guest on your stream. Exactly. Yeah. That's how probably she knows about me.
Yes, that is.
Told her. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I just noticed that yesterday she joined our Discord and said, "Hey, I'm Gail from South Africa," and
yeah, she does. She's amazing. Like I have Ukrainian flags that she made, but she lives like I don't know what 10, 11 hours away from me, and then she would drive up from her town to Joburg for protests.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really awesome. And then she would spend another 3 hours driving to another protest. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
In a good way.
It's awesome. It's awesome. But it was really cool during the stream because her entire family was watching. So it was just the family. It's like a family group chat, basically.
That's funny.
Thank you for the gifted membership, Johnny, and for the super chat a while ago. Okay, Rick, you have delayed the inevitable long enough.
Wait. I'm working on that post. I need to
Oh, you're
make.
still working on the post. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I'm not that fast. You know what I need to do actually? Since YouTube is allowing to make posts only with square pictures,
Hmm.
I actually need to make this picture square in my editing app, you know.
Okay, you can
And
do.
so and I needed to do it in a beautiful way, you know, with the same picture underneath of it blurred, this kind of, you know.
That's.
Do you know what I'm talking about? No, not really.
No, I understand. I
Okay.
get what you do. Yeah, I understand.
Okay, almost done actually.
Okay.
And yeah, the remaining part is just create the post. So I'm working on it. And you talk to the chat meanwhile, okay?
Okay. Oh, I find it easier to talk to the chat when I'm on your channel,
Yeah, how it works like that.
when I'm on your stream, than when it's my stream.
Yeah, when I'm the host, I actually cannot really be effective in that either, you know.
Yeah.
So
Also, Cheryl, our fundraiser, Keith prompted Nightbot to drop the link. So it is our general donation fundraiser. Our campaign 22 is also still going. But you know, the funds get used in general. So right now we have a lot of requests coming in from like the 42nd. And at least we're also bringing 2 cars to the 67th. So they will be getting it soon as well.
so how many brigades or battalions plus brigades do you support these days?
So full dedication is like the 42nd. Their motorized infantry battalion, them. And then also we have the unmanned systems of the 67th Brigade. Those are like our 2 main commitments. But then we help out with, like we helped people Jana knows in the 77th Airborne. We helped them with a laptop. We helped the 25th Airborne with some Starlinks. Yeah, so we kind of have our main groups, and then we just, if someone needs something, we're like, can we make it work, kind of thing. Olya's asking who is interviewing who.
Exactly. I'm okay. It's what I used to.
When I was telling Halina that I'm interviewing you, she's like, "Wow, has Rick ever been interviewed?"
Yeah, actually, I have been a few times. I've been on Silicon Curtain, and it feels like there was one more time somewhere. Something like that. Yeah, mostly people are not interested in my story. This is why I'm not being interviewed. To be honest, you know, I'm not a soldier, and that's totally fine that they're not interested. I'm a volunteer, Ukrainian volunteer, and it seems like you know, the international community is mostly interested in interviewing either the soldiers or officers, meaning the military, or the academics, you know, the experts.
Yeah.
So I'm not an expert, and I'm not, you know, making myself look like one. I'm not telling everyone that, you know, oh, I know everything about the front line. I know what is in Putin's head. I know what's in Trump's head. You know, you got to come to me if you need some insights. You know, I'm not that kind of the person. So I just am humbly, you know, raising funds for Ukrainian army. And yes, I have my opinions on all the shit that is going on, especially in Ukraine. I'm following the politics in Ukraine. I'm following the corruption in Ukraine, and I have something to say about this and share some information with you guys. So if you're for some reason not aware of what I'm doing, yeah, come to my channel and watch those streams. We will be talking about those things. Okay, the post is made. The last thing to do is to announce it also on Discord.
Oh, your people already announced it on Discord.
I know, but
you need to do it. Okay.
At everyone.
Got it.
From me attracts a bit more attention, or maybe it attracts it quickly. I don't know why, but maybe it's logical. But sometimes people just neglect the messages from the bot that we have on Discord. We call it Mega Roller, and it is just it's just everyone sounds at everyone
Mhm.
and people miss it because it's from Mega Roller from the bot, and I think it's natural that people react less to bots and
Yeah.
they react more to real people. So since
Yeah.
I'm a real person,
Can confirm I've met Rick.
yeah, I'm not an AI piece.
No.
Okay, it's done. I finally can talk more about me, myself, right?
Fantastic.
Okay, so the question you asked
And I
me
mean, look at
20
that.
minutes
Only
ago.
46 minutes later.
Not 46. I actually joined 22 minutes later, so it's only 24 minutes. And
True.
actually, okay, you see, being anal again, as I love to. Not that I love to, but I do this all the time. Okay, guys, so what do I want to do? Hey, I have the screenshot from Tuna of us making hearts. She sent it to me. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, so guys, I'm from Makiivka, Donetsk oblast. I was born there. I lived my life until I was 20. Oh, actually, in 2019, I was already 28. So I left Makiivka only when I was 28. And I spent the last 4.5 years there in occupation. I didn't want to leave because I wanted, not wanted, I was immature, to be honest. I was not, independent and adult enough to start my own life from scratch somewhere, because I tried in 2014. I left when the war started, when Russians invaded us the first time. I went to the western part of Ukraine and I tried to start a life from scratch, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't find the work by specialty. And of course, I could have find any kind of work. Yeah, I could be a loader. I could be working in McDonald's, or maybe selling electronics, as I did in occupation later. Yes, I could do all of that also in Ukraine, but it was much easier back in 2014. It was much easier in Makiivka, where my parents stayed, who, by the way, never supported that Ruski Mir, the Russian world. They always opposed it, but not openly because it was dangerous. But they never wanted it there. They felt themselves as Ukrainians and considered themselves Ukrainians. So they're also a part of building of my Ukrainian identity since my childhood, my whole family, and they stayed there. And me and my wife, we were already together there. Then we also had an apartment there, so we started living there together. And we could, we basically shouldn't rent an apartment somewhere. We just went back to an occupation because we had a home there where we could live without needing to pay the money for rent for that apartment. So basically, this is the reason, in my opinion, for most of the people either coming back to occupation or living in occupation without without leaving it, just because they think that their home is and not like only think, but they feel like their home is where they belong, and they should stay next to their home, especially if those people earned that home, and they sometimes build it themselves. Sometimes they buy an apartment and live in that apartment their whole life. And it's not that easy to just say, okay, I will just leave this stuff. I don't want to live in Russian world, so I don't care about my apartment. I don't care about all my things in that apartment, because there's a lot of furniture in that apartment that may be dear to the people. And the stuff, of course, you understand that stuff doesn't really like, it's not valuable when you're at like risk of death, the value of that is, how do you call that, devaluating? So basically
Decreasing, I think.
decreasing. Yes, exactly, thank you. So the value is decreasing, and anyway, I was almost the same kind of person. Yes, technically, no, not technically, that was not my property that we lived in, and but anyway, it was like the home, and we stayed
Mm.
there. And you know, then there were many things happening in occupation, and I could be talking about them in like for many minutes and maybe hours. But I want you to maybe
Mhm.
ask me some questions.
So,
Yep.
yes. I have a question from Colin. He is one of the people, he's in the Ukrainian Association here in South Africa. And
Awesome.
he wants to know what is the biggest change that happened under occupation? Or so that's his question. I kind of want to add on to that and ask, like, was it like an immediate change, or was it like gradual changes that they started implementing? And do you think it's different under occupation, like in the newly occupied territories, than Makiivka that's been occupied for so long?
Okay, so the changes, there were different changes. There were immediate changes and the changes in time. But I think the biggest change, and the question was, what was the
biggest changes under
biggest change?
occupation?
Yes. So the biggest changes were next. We could not freely move around even our towns or between towns anymore. There were block posts everywhere, roadblocks, and you could not just, leave your town without being asked or searched or at least showing the documents. So basically, it became a police state. A place where we lived turned into police state, and there were many policemen and military walking around the streets, standing like the cops, road patrols.
Mm.
They were standing on the road and just stopping all the cars, and they actually also liked to make the rules really strict, so you could not. They had like a plan of number of people they needed either to arrest um, or to take, for example, their driving license from them. So I once back, I think already in 2018 or 2019, I was driving a car, and I was driving an evening city of Donetsk that had lights everywhere. Um, how do you call the lights that are just standing next to
Street
the
lights?
road? Street lights, exactly. Street lights. I always forget this term. So the street lights were shining pretty brightly, and I could not even see that I did not turn on my lights on. And I was driving for about a kilometer, and it was not noticeable that they are not on, because in the city with the street lights on, my shitty car back then had such a bad headlights that I could not even notice, that that they are not on. And
I thought the lights were so bright. It's actually your car that was
yes,
struggling.
not light so bright. My car was, it was $1,500 worth. Like, those cars made in Zaporizhia. They were
Ah,
famous. Yeah, they were very famous. I'll tell about this one next time. But anyway, they stopped me, and they took the driving license from me. They gave me some temporarily paper, and then I needed to, for a month, to go to the police and try to get it back, or for 2 months, I don't remember. So basically, they were making people's lives uncomfortable. So that's the change, when you cannot move freely around your hometown and the neighboring towns, and actually you also needed to go back home early all the time. Like, we had the
did you have
curfew.
curfew?
Yeah, like in the beginning of the occupation, the curfew was starting at 9. So at 7, all the places around the town were closed, and at 8 p.m. you could not take a bus from one town to another. Like most of the people, you got to understand, everyone, that most of the people who lived in Makiivka always went to Donetsk either for work, study, or for example, some, I don't know, just entertainment too. Go to a concert, go to a cafe, because yeah, of course we had cafes in Makiivka, but Makiivka is like a suburbs of Donetsk, and basically we were always traveling there. So after occupation started, we needed to go out of Donetsk, go back home already at 7 p.m. And we the young people, we got used to spend the night somewhere in the club in Donetsk, for example, and then go back home at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. on the first bus or something like that before the occupation. And then we were forced to do such stupid, early leaves, and everything was closing. So you felt that you kind of restricted. This restriction is always made the life very I actually have a great Ukrainian word for it. Let me translate it.
Sorry, I just need to take my dog out because she is growling at me. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Inadequate? What? Inferior. Yeah. It made the life inferior, guys. I think I'm right in this word. I'm choosing the right word. Tell me in the chat, please. Inferior life. The chat of rollers. So good to see you there. Oh, okay. So inferior. The word is inferior. So you always felt like your life is inferior. You basically don't live your life, and it's
You're not
kinda,
a free person.
yeah, you're not a free person. You're living like in some, I don't know, camp, like prisoner camp, where you have schedule and you need to do everything by schedule. You're not free to go where you want. Well, you're free to go where you want, but you're going to be searched and you're going to be interrogated if you decide to go out of the occupation. It was possible, by the way, everyone who didn't know this, before 2020, so since 2014, for 6 years, you were capable to cross the front line. And to basically, for that, you needed to cross a few roadblocks in 4 points. So there were like 4 different towns and villages.
Checkpoints, yeah.
Who had checkpoints, and there were always multiple roadblocks on each checkpoint, and each roadblock, for example, from the side of the so-called DPR, which is a terrorist formation organized by Russia that controlled, well, basically Russia controlled it, but those puppets were making it look like they controlled it. So when they controlled the territory, they were standing on the roadblocks and always trying to get something from you. So people who were crossing that border all the time, they got used to buy a big pack of cigarette and just give the small pack, like 20 cigarettes, on each blog post. So they won't ask questions, and usually soldiers on Ukrainian side didn't need that. I cannot recall even a single time when they asked for cigarettes or something. But those, as we called them, hobo forces, those hobos who were standing on the roadblocks on the occupied territory, they were always either asking for cigarettes or were expecting for them. Like, they were not openly saying cigarettes, food. They were like, also people when they were buying food in Ukraine to bring it back to occupation, because there was no good food for first two years. Yeah, I guess there was no good food, and you had to go to Ukraine to buy some tasty food. And you were bringing, like, for example, you buy 2 packs of cookies for yourself, and people usually were buying the third pack of cookies
Oh my goodness.
to give it on the roadblock to those goons who were standing there. So it's it's just, yeah, it's just a bit of a details how it was happening. But I got carried away. So what were the biggest changes in occupation? The other change was that most of the businesses that were active in Ukraine closed. I would say up to 90% of all the businesses. At least 80% of all the businesses closed. Some of them reopened in the first or second year. Some of them were reopening by the new owners, meaning the owners, Russian or pro-Russian owners, who just racketeered it. Do you know this word? You use
like
it, right?
seized
in
it,
English.
I think.
Seized it.
They just took it, yeah.
Yeah, they took it. They basically came into the place with a assault rifle and made the owner give it to them. So yeah, if owners were leaving the place, they were just taking over the place, breaking the locks, and it's like taking it physically. That's how it happened there. And until the middle 2015, there was total chaos there. You could be a business owner, and they could easily come to you and take your business from you with force, by force, and that's how it happened back in the days. They were taking cars from people, stopping them on the streets, and just pointing the gun on the car driver owner and just taking it from them. That was happening all over the Donetsk and Luhansk occupied territories in 2014, all 2014, and I'm not sure about 2015, because they started making it like more organized crime. The chaos started settling in time, and they actually the terrorist different terrorist organizations inside of that chaos, they were fighting each other in the late 2014 and 2015. They were just making shootouts, using mortars against each other and hitting the civilians. So it's not only like assault rifles or machine guns. Some of them used artillery but against each other. So they, like, many times, it was.
It sounds like a bunch of gangsters who also have military equipment.
And Russia provided them that equipment, and it was actually handy for Russia, because Russia always wanted to, for the people in Donetsk and Luhansk oblast, they wanted them to think that Ukraine is shelling them.
That was one of my questions, because that narrative happened so many times.
Yes.
So I actually told some people, because I came across that narrative again yesterday, so I told someone on Twitter, I'm like, you know what, I'm speaking to someone from there tonight. So I hope that person is watching this stream and hearing what is actually happening, because that's what we got.
And there is testimony, I guess, from the participants of those events, in, for example, the interviews of Dmytro Karpenko and Volodymyr Zolkin with prisoners of war. There were some lucky bastards who survived since 2014 and who end up on the interview somewhere in 2023, 2022, or even 2025. And they were sharing the stories of 2014, 2015, how it was happening. So what they were doing, they were just, attacking each other, having these gang wars inside, and always then bringing it in the news. Russia was helping with that, because it was very handy for Russia, to show it all as another shelling from Ukraine, and they
Mm.
were always saying, "Here, look, Ukrainians are bombing us again," and people believed that. Unfortunately, I must state that people who were under the influence of Russian propaganda in occupation, they believed this shit, and those who were neutral, who were just like, we just want to live in peace, just get off us,
Mhm.
people who did not support either Russia or Ukraine, and there was a majority of those people in Donbas. Unfortunately, they then, like many of them, were convinced by Russian propaganda that Ukraine is evil and Ukraine was really shelling them. Yes, I think in some cases Ukraine definitely was using artillery because, the problem is this is war, and those formations, those terrorist formations, they were always somewhere in the civilian blocks. This is how war works. Since 2022, everyone see how both Russian and Ukrainian forces are operating next to people's houses. So it's no different since 2014. Yes, I'm sure that Ukrainians were also using artillery and were hitting some of the houses in Donetsk, Luhansk, and nearby towns and villages. But the problem is, like, in my opinion, and this is how usually Russia operates. This is why I'm convinced it was like this. They were making these shellings themselves, Russians or pro-Russian elements. They were shelling the Donbas people themselves just to make them angrier, just to make them, more obedient and cooperative and collaborative with their so-called administrations, and making propaganda work better, because
Yeah.
death always makes propaganda work better, and unfortunately it worked in this case too, and just they just started being angry, and this is actually why you could see back in 2014 how people were stopping the tanks, the Ukrainian forces, when they were coming in to fight Russians and pro-Russian formations. This is because propaganda worked. Propaganda plus shelling worked, and people were fooled, and they just, the problem is what people didn't understand, and why people didn't want Ukrainians to come and liberate them, because they thought that if Ukrainians don't come in, there's going to be no war. But that's a lie. That's a lie that Russia, I don't think Russia was even creating a narrative to say, if you don't let, you know what? I think they might be creating that narrative. I'm not sure right now, but anyway, it was pretty handy for Russia to make people think that if Ukraine will not just take this territory back, then it will all settle and they will live in peace, and Russia now will bring them prosperity and peace. Russia brings only the opposite. I would like to answer some of the questions you have there, more of them, because I have a few more aspects to talk about, but I would like to give the priority to the questions you have.
Thank you. I have one, and you've kind of answered it already, but this is also from someone in the Ukrainian Association. My notes are a bit ruder than their question. Their question was, how did and do the Russian soldiers treat the Ukrainian citizens on a daily basis?
Okay, so
which you already covered that with,
with all the
with a lot.
detention, but it's not all. I have more.
But that's actually
to say.
something I want to ask you about, right? Because sorry, one of my Ukrainian teachers, her family is from Kherson Oblast, and she said that even before the full-scale invasion, what would happen is people would just start disappearing off of the streets,
Hmm.
you know? And you would know, like, they got kidnapped by Russian forces, you know? So, and I know that looking what we know about what's happening in under occupation now, we know that
Yeah.
people often are prosecuted. But was it like that in when you were still living there? Was it really that, like, you're Ukrainian, if you show a bit, if you show you're Ukrainian, if you're too Ukrainian, you get targeted? Or
Yeah, I certainly will say yes. That's how it was, especially after the military action. Mm, no, actually, it was all the time. Yeah, so if you were openly saying, like going out on the street and saying that I don't want Russia here, and waving the Ukrainian flag, you could be beaten right there on the street. But most of the times, armed men would take you into their van and will drive you to the basement. And you probably have seen the reports about the torture basements in Kherson, right? When they liberated Kherson, they found the basements under their police, I guess, and the former SBU. Yeah, there were different.
I mean, they had a torture chamber just for children.
Yeah,
Like,
and I listened to the interview with a POW who is a guy from Kherson Oblast also, who was, yeah, he is from the left bank. Unfortunately, the left bank stayed occupied. So the guy was 18 years old, and they tortured him hard. He described all of that in detail. Uh, they were electrocuting him, beating him nonstop, drowning him in water, and they did it like systematically. They took him first time for 4 days, and then each month they were taking them to so-called filtration into the basement, and they were torturing the guy every month. So it was systematic, and it was and it is something that happened since 2014. Russians were hiding it better in 2014, and we all have seen Bucha, right? But Bucha was deoccupied. The problem is not much territory that was occupied in 2014 were deoccupied back in 2014. And the deeper it was in the occupation, the closer it was to the Russian border, the more easier it was to hide the shots in the back of the head. And that happened. And we have some documentaries showing that. We have OSINT working on that, but not that many cases because it's much easier to hide it. But the thing is, mostly people were not found. Yes, people were disappearing and then just not found. And on the basements, they were not always, torturing people, though, because, for example, they were taking people from the streets just for not following the curfew, but they were not showing their open, like, pro-Ukrainian position, nothing like that. So they could just sit on the basement without the food for a few days and just let them go later. They could just, sometimes take them instead of the basement, take them to the front line and make people dig trenches for 2 or 3 days. I heard stories like that. And well, actually, I heard that story from one of my friends. Yeah, that happened to him. So they didn't beat him, but they make him dig the trenches for 2 days. And yeah, so basically, you have no rights there. You're completely an object, and they can do whatever they want with you. Meaning Russians and Russian minions, collaborators. They were dogs who were just hunting on the streets in the evening. They were just having fun. A lot of them did it because they enjoyed it, and torturing people on the daily basis definitely mean that those people enjoyed it. So yeah, that's a lot of.
What do you say when you hear people make comments like this is Putin's war, or this is Putin is to blame for this, or Putin has indoctrinated the entire nation?
I'll answer with question. Did Putin himself tortured those people? Did Putin beat those people? And did Putin personally shot in the back each citizen of Ukraine, in the back of a head, and then bury in the mass graves? Did Putin did it himself? How did he do that many killings? Every
all his body doubles got together.
yeah, how many of them that should be?
It's like that Free Jonas cartoon, the Free Jonas animation, where it's like Putin's war, not Russia's war, and it's just a bunch of Putins running up, fighting. That one.
That one, yeah. So, people, you gotta understand though that there were cases when people were not beaten or brought, to dig trenches for their Ukrainian position. They could still be doing that with their friends or neighbors. And back in the days, like since 2014 until 2019 at least, I saw some videos. I actually don't know what happened to those people who were on those videos, but I will talk about my family. My father had a Vatnik friend who he constantly wasn't agree with. My father supported Ukraine openly in front of that guy and his other few friends, and that guy never how do you call this, bailed him or
snitched on him.
He never snitched on him. Yes. So that friend was just not agreeing with him, but never snitched on him. And my father never got detained or tortured or anything like this. So you could still do it with your acquaintances, and probably, like in most of the cases, if you were not doing it publicly and not in front of the Russian soldiers, you could get away with it. So I also, with my friends there, I think most of my friends there in occupation were more like not pro-Russian, but like just indifferent. Indifferent. They were just like, okay, I live here, I don't care about either it's Russia or Ukraine, who is gonna rule here. I just want to live. So most of my friends were like that. And to be honest, I never supported Russia, but I was never eager to prove to my friends that they should support Ukraine. I actually had one pro-Ukrainian, like openly pro-Ukrainian friend, or maybe even two, who, that friend of mine was even, I'm trying to remember if he was ever confronting some of the like openly pro-Russian elements there, but he got away with it. I mean, he left for Ukraine in 2020. No, actually earlier in 2019, before me, and maybe even in 2018. He left for Ukraine because he understood that there's no future there in occupation. Okay, I think I answered that question.
Then, okay, I'm going to read the question as it's written. Okay. Is peace at any cost an acceptable solution? In other words, should Ukraine be expected to cede territory to Russia?
It's a totally normal question, and I'm not gonna be like upset, and I'm not upset when I hear it. The problem is Russia brings decay, and I have it on my own experience. You know, I know it from my own experience. I saw how the economics of Donetsk and Luhansk oblast before the occupation. Donetsk was the most, like, it was
Affluent. It was really
it was the city that was developing faster than Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, and it was at that point more developed than Kyiv in many aspects, especially in aspects of services and aspects of businesses. It was a very prospering state, you know, state, city, and region in general. Because when I lived in Makiivka, I basically was studying in Donetsk, then working in Donetsk, so it's the same. And you know, I felt like I'm living in a modern city, in also a European city, because we had in 2012 we had the Euro 2012, and Euro 2012 brought us a lot of foreigners, and we felt like part of Europe because there were Europeans from all over Ukraine, and we felt like we're one of them, and that's truly is the case. But you know, back then it was like a first experience for many Ukrainians, and 2012 was a great experience, and it was possible only because we were in Ukraine, and in Ukraine we were, you know, like really, of course, back in the days, there was even a bigger corruption in Ukraine than it is here right now. But still, even with all that corruption, Ukraine was prospering back then. So, you know, then Russia brought a complete, not even a stagnation, a decay. As I told you, 80% of the businesses closed. Then we had this police state, plus we didn't have many like perspectives. For example, when I was working as a electronic salesman there in the occupation, and I was also building PCs, at some point I understood that I cannot develop anymore. Yes, I am building, let's say, this level of prices for the computers, but like only a few people could buy the most expensive computers in that store in Makiivka. In Donetsk, it was basically almost the same. So the level of life got really low. Our salaries were very low comparing to Ukrainian salaries. Yes, there was a very cheap gasoline and also gas, LPG, for the car. That's because Russia is a gas station state, right? As it is
Yeah.
called. So basically, this huge gas station state made gasoline very cheap and LPG very cheap, and that's the probably only cheap thing we had, because the prices for food were the same as in Ukraine, sometimes even more expensive. And people, like, we earned less money, but the food was pretty expensive. So most we could afford was food. I couldn't afford for the first, I think, 2, 3 even years. I couldn't afford to buy some clothes. Really, I could just like pay the bills, electricity, water, and stuff for my apartment. I could buy some food for the cats, and some treatment for the cats, you know, and some treatment for myself time to time when I was ill, and that's it. I actually, yeah, I was capable of getting more stuff only since 2017, 2018, when I started earning a bit more money in that electronics shop. I was, yeah, I was pretty good in that. So You see, my good salesman skills are really now
He's
paying off.
working out now for Zizou.
Yeah, and that's good. So, guys, let's maybe talk a bit about that. That's the flag on the raffle
Yes.
this week.
Oh.
Jana, is there a chance to make me the full screen?
Yes, 1 second. Let me do
Just
that.
show it real quick.
I think this. But I want it the other way around. Come on. How do I switch it around?
It's Restream. I see it for the
Wait.
first time, by the way.
Let's do it this way.
Yes.
There we go.
It
Now we
works.
have a full rig.
Yes, so it's 402nd Separate Rifle Battalion. And that's their the further one, the red and blue patch. And they are a part of 66 Brigade. It's their patch. Yesterday I calculated how many soldiers signed it. You know, not just people, super people, Ukrainian defenders. Jana, 17 signatures on this flag.
Wow.
These guys got the help from us. They got a truck from us, and Car for Ukraine truck. They also got what was that? Repeater ones. Yeah, like up until this point, many things. But that 402nd Battalion doesn't exist anymore. They gave me this flag like in March, I guess. Now they're completely a part of 66 Brigade. So, yeah, of course, some of the guys are injured, but the battalion was just
Restructured.
Yeah, together with other
Happens all
battalions
the
in
time.
brigade.
It's like I feel like in Zizou, the only constant is that it will constantly change.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it also is connected to the losses, and
That is
unfortunately,
true.
a lot of people are getting injured, and then you just don't have the battalion anymore, and you need to restructure it.
Yeah.
So this flag is on the raffle this week, and you can get one ticket for $10, and you can get as many tickets as you want by sending a donation to my PayPal, ideally, because on PayPal I don't pay any fee and tax. If you send money to Base or Donatello, I will have to pay 9% of that to my government and to the Base or Donatello. Yeah, but anyway, guys, what I wanted to say, please send your donations and buy some tickets for this flag, because
What are you fundraising for at the moment?
Car for the Blackbeard group. I'm going to show you their patch. The Blackbeard group
please.
is a... Okay,
Wait,
this way.
There we go.
This way.
That's a nice patch.
Yes. So they are a sniper unit, and they are special operation snipers. These guys, we support them for almost 2 years, and we already provided them with multiple cars. Right now, we're raising funds for a really good car. Solovey. Solovey is nightingale. Do you know this bird? Nightingale. So yeah, that's how you translate Solovey into English. So Solovey in English is nightingale, and in Ukrainian it's Solovey. So Solovey is a sniper himself, and he asked me this time for a car that will really serve them for a long time and not break fast. This is why they need a newer car. This is why we're raising $18,000 for that car.
Wow. What car is it?
I think they will get something like year 2018 or something. You see, Jana, the problem is that in Ukraine right now, pickup trucks are in deficit, and to get even 2016 year pickup truck will cost you 15,000 hryvnias. Dollars if you're in Ukraine.
Wow, Rick, if only you knew someone who buys cars in the UK.
Do you buy cars in UK?
We buy cars in the UK.
Okay,
Pickups.
maybe you never offered me help with that, Jana, you know?
You never asked.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it, and then because we can get it for cheaper than that.
Okay. The only thing I really hope they're okay with the right wheel drive.
That's the thing. Fair.
I will
point.
offer it to them. But anyway, they are pretty effective. They didn't lose Wait, they didn't lose the car. Yeah, they didn't lose 2 cars. We provided them. They didn't lose a single one, I guess,
That's
in
awesome.
a year and a half. Yeah, these guys are special operation forces, and they really
Mm.
their survivability skills are top level. So
Mhm.
they lately started using FPV drones. So now they're not only snipers, but also, yeah, they actually
Death from the sky.
he sent me photos yesterday. They took a sniper rifle with them. He tells me we're still work as snipers, but also partially as FPV, and yeah, they're using a shotgun against FPVs.
Mhm.
Well, cool guys who need our help. So, guys, car
Yeah,
for
we'll talk about ways for you guys to get cars. We'll
Okay, thank you. So, guys, that's what we're raising funds for right now. Car for the Blackbeard group. So, if you want to donate, I think Keith will send the PayPal. And it's
Yep.
also in the description of the stream, right?
I've meant to do it, but I've completely forgot to add like any donation links. So I am going to drop that once the stream is done. I'm going to put it because I didn't put
No
Project
worries.
Constantine in, and I also didn't put you in. I was just like,
No worries. I see Keith Kane
Yeah.
has sent it. Can you pin his message, please? Rick's current fundraiser is for the Blackbeard group. Send funds to Rick's PayPal. Yeah, my PayPal is an email, guys. It's not
There we
not
go.
a link, because in Ukraine we're not allowed to create
To
links.
have nice things.
Yeah, I mean, we are allowed to create it. Yes, I created
At
mine
least.
once,
At least.
but no one can send me anything. It says that
Yeah.
it is not allowed to send to this country. So stupid. Like, discrimination. That's
Yeah, it's like as if it's you have to deal with Russians and you need to deal with PayPal.
Yeah, but we need to give props to PayPal. They were not even allowing us to receive money before the full-scale invasion. When the full-scale invasion
Oh, wow.
began, we Ukrainians finally were able to receive money on PayPal, and that's how I can raise funds for Ukrainian
Yeah.
army at all. Because without this, so PayPal, thank you very much for your help for Ukraine.
Mm.
Don't stop. Even though your service is not perfect, you're providing us pretty good advantage. And actually,
Yes. Special plug for PayPal. Thank you, PayPal.
in Ukraine we can actually send money to other Ukrainians without a commission, without a
Mhm.
fee. That's first thing. Second, we can withdraw money without any percentage.
Yeah.
PayPal doesn't take any fees to withdraw money. So they're acting, we're like a charity case for them, okay?
That's nice. Martin has a question. Rick, were you also afraid for your wife's safety? Were women being targeted by occupiers?
I don't know. To be honest, we never luckily encountered a situation like that. So
Mm.
they were definitely targeting women, and women better not go walk on the street alone in a dark time, because anything could happen to you. And of course, if they were taking women, as they were saying, to the basement, to
Mhm.
those torture chambers or the camps, like the isolation, the
Mhm.
torture camp on the Paradise Street, the name of the
Yeah.
book tells you exactly about that one. So basically, they did what? Yeah, they were also raping women in those camps, and men too. There was
Mhm.
constant sexual violence, sexual torture committed against Ukrainians in those camps and basements. But we were lucky to avoid that. So, to be honest, if you were like keeping low profile there, living in Makiivka and Donetsk, life was more or less safer than if you
Mm.
were openly saying on the streets, holding the Ukrainian flag. Of course, you cannot do that, because then you would be tortured, murdered.
And you left Makiivka in 2019, right?
Hmm.
Do you have friends who are still there? Do you know if things have gotten worse or now that, like, since the full-scale invasion?
Yeah, it's getting worse. I don't have any friends that I still in contact with, because everyone who left, they unfortunately are not pro-Ukrainian. So I just cut ties with them. And those who were pro-Ukrainian left. So, but I have some relatives, distant relatives, who I also am not in contact with. But my grandma is in contact with them. My grandma left last year, I think. Yeah, she's not there for more than a year now, and I'm happy for her, because first 2 years, Avdiivka is pretty close to Makiivka, and you know that Avdiivka, the front line was in Avdiivka
Yep.
for 2 years, and my grandma just was living in the constant sound of shelling, and yeah, she couldn't sleep at night, and yeah, that's the Russian world. That's how you live in occupation. And she told me, well, actually, you can see it also in the Telegram channels, the proofs of this, that right now in Makiivka and Donetsk, they get the water, the tap water, only once per 3 days for 2 hours. And that water is basically like rusty. So it's not the water you can use. I also saw in the news yesterday. Okay, let me translate this word.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear it? No, amoeba. So, like one Russian propagandist, they call them war correspondent.
Okay.
He got that amoeba in his eyes through Donetsk water, and that amoeba is eating the eyes.
Ah!
Yeah. But that's what Russian propagandists deserve. So yeah, I wish that amoeba to devour.
And RFK Jr. One has an amoeba and the other one has a brainworm.
Yes.
It's like
Indeed. So this guy, I really wish him to let amoeba finish his eyes. But anyway, so that's the quality of water there, and you got to understand that there's no pressure in the tap when the water is being given. So you get basically like some tiny, how do you call this thing that comes from the
stream?
Tiny stream, tiny skinny stream that you get there. 2 hours per 3 days. There's no water in Donetsk. That's
Can I just quickly tell you something funny?
Yeah.
Okay. So just Jimmy said he figured out why his PayPal was blocked, right? When he bought, he says, when he bought the sweatshirt, the same one that you have, the name of the shop was translated as the slaughter shop. So PayPal said he was buying restricted goods from a war zone.
Okay. The name of the place was translated as the slaughter shop. Binya? I don't know what shop you're talking about. But yeah, that's funny.
Imagine, like, PayPal's just like, oh yes, this guy's buying stuff from a war zone called the slaughter shop. We can't. What were they thinking? He's like shipping limbs.
By the way, I got the first donation on PayPal. It's from Dark Oblation, Blackbeard Group, Slava Ukraini, $20. Thank you, Dark Oblation. I really appreciate it. So I read this in the news today.
Mhm.
I'm gonna translate it from Russian, and since it's not a text but a screenshot, I'll have to do it like
Mhm.
in real time. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna be stuttering, but it's not a big text. So some Russian is writing a post about Donetsk, and it sounds like this: you cannot imagine how they shitted Donetsk, like literally. Uh, it smells like shit, not just next to the garbage cans, not to, how do you call this, bins, right? Big bins with garbage.
Mm.
Not next to the garbage bins, but literally everywhere. Not even the air conditioners or uh, aroma, how do you use
Yeah.
that you put in the car? How do you
That, yeah, air freshener.
air freshener? No, they don't save you from the smell. Not air freshener, no air conditioners. Shit in the bags is lying on the streets, in the trash bins. Someone is dropping it right off the window. Donetsk, from the city of roses, became the city of shit. Do you know, guys, that it is simple to understand why it is happening? Because when you don't have
There's
a
no
water,
water.
you don't have the function in canalization.
Mhm.
That's sewers. Yes, you don't have the function in sewers. So basically, people cannot shit into their toilets now. They have to shit in the bags and throw it out a window. So the shit is all over the Donetsk, and that's it's
Oh
terrible.
my
It's
goodness.
actually,
It sounds like something from like the 1200s in England.
yeah, exactly. And the problem is they didn't have that many people back in the days.
Yeah, that's
In
true.
England,
That's
we
true.
have many more people living in Donetsk, and all of them are throwing their shit
Goodness.
out of the windows. So, guys,
Oh
it
my
is not
goodness.
even funny. It is a tragedy because it's happening
Mm.
also to Ukrainians who live there, who
Yeah.
still want to see Ukraine deoccupying that place. And
Yes.
people are not supporting Russia, but they live in the Russian fucking world that just literally making Donetsk a shit city, like city of shit. Uh, it's
Wow.
on one hand it's kind of ridiculous, but on the other hand, when you think of this, it's a catastrophe. It's a
Mm.
just how do you call this, humanitarian catastrophe? We
Mm.
call it when yeah, it could lead to some shitty diseases, like
Yeah,
literally shitty.
definitely.
So
Oля says it sounds like "Я бачу вас."
цікавить пітьма.
Так. What does that mean?
I see darkness. I see you're interested in darkness. There's a book that is called
Mhm.
like this.
Okay.
But I didn't read this book, so I don't know if it was something like this in that book. Ruski Mir, world of shit, exactly. And
Yes.
the problem is Russians don't care about the people of Donbas.
Mm.
They just want to use them as cannon fodder, and also when it comes to providing them some comfort, just like basic comfort, like tap fucking water, they just
Mhm.
don't care. They don't care. They don't do anything about it. They don't put any new pipe streams to supply them with water from Russia. They just don't care. They just
No, they
abandoned
don't.
them, and those people, a lot of them already realized that this is the Russian world, and this is not
Mm.
something that they were hoping for, and they will it will not get better. A lot of them realized, but
Something that
some, yeah.
I've seen is I came across this thing on it was United 24 who posted it about a teenager who was returned from the occupied territories, right?
Uh-huh.
But this teenager left herself. Her parents are still there. They didn't
Yeah.
want to. They were like, "Don't go." So, and I've seen quite a few stories like that, where then they speak to the kids and they're like, "Yeah, well, my family believes in Ruski Mir. So I had to lie to get out, and I had to go through this country and this country all the way here to get to Ukraine, you know?
Hmm.
So I remember the one guy said he used to believe what he was taught in school, and then he started to play video games online and he met Ukrainians, and he's like, wait, but you guys are like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's usually how people in occupation who who don't remember the days before occupation,
Mm.
how they discover that they live in lies. That's the second or the third time I hear about
And
this
like I
kind
just
of.
I just love like video games slowly de-Russifying people.
Too slowly and in too little proportions, you know. And unfortunately, there are some categories of people who will never play video games.
We just need to make it forced video game.
It's hard to do that, but we can trick them into this, definitely. I'm sure.
True.
So you see, guys, the problem is if we, you know, I just remembered that you asked me that question. Why not just, you know, get peace at any cost? This is why, because your town, your city, your village will turn into the town of shit, like literally. You will have no basic comfort, you will have no freedom, you will be used at some point either for serving the Russian army or serving for Russian army. And you know, I actually have seen the first women being killed by Ukrainian drone on the front line. Yeah, there was a video in one of the Telegram channels that, yeah, Russian service woman was killed by an FPV drone, and
oh no, the invader got killed. My bad.
I'm talking about them using women also as a cannon fodder, not just men. So even if you're women and you want to peace at all cost, this doesn't mean you will survive, or
No.
it is guaranteed that you will live in discomfort. You will not live in comfort, and you won't have any basic needs like water in your tap, and you will just someday maybe be killed, or maybe you might be forced to kill others. That's what the Russian world is. So peace at any cost is not an option, because peace at any cost for us means death, slow, despicable death.
I think the other thing is, you know, and I think that's one of the things that I've noticed a while ago is the concept of victory and the concept of peace needs to be clearly defined. Because for some people, peace just means there's no more shooting. You know, but you still have people living under occupation, and that is not peace. Yeah.
That is not peace. This is oppression and occupation. You see, I think the fast answer to that will be, this is not going to be peace, this is going to be occupation. Because occupation and peace are different things. Occupation never means peace. That means torture, that means mistreatment, and the absence of any freedom.
Yeah. So Andreas Lach says, time to tell the story of the waiter we met in Kiev from Makiivka.
Yeah, the guy we met in Musafir, he says. I actually asked him to come to the stream last week and the week before the last one, but he says that they have a hot season in Musafir right now, and a lot of waiters are either on vacation, or they have COVID. So yeah. So basically, he is working every day and he just cannot join the coffee shop stream. But I can tell his story briefly and announce a coffee shop stream with him. So this guy, Andres, how old was he back in 2022? I don't remember. 22? And right now he's 25? if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he was okay. Let's assume he was 22. So that guy was studying in Donetsk. Sorry, in Makiivka. He's from Makiivka. Yeah, we just went to Musafir here in Kyiv when Tunand and Res were here. They were, yeah, and we, okay. Waiter came to us and he saw my backpack, military backpack with patches in, and he started thanking me for my service. And I said, no, I'm not a soldier. I'm a volunteer. He says, anyway, then thank you for your work. Thank you for supporting our army. And I asked him, and where are you from? And he said, Makiivka. And I was like,
Oh my word.
man, I'm from Makiivka myself. So it appears this guy, he was, okay, let's assume he was 22. But it was around that. It could be 21, 22. He was still studying in the university. And it was the first days of the full-scale invasion. It was March, and he was called to his rector, is like the head of the university, right?
Chancellor, I think is the English word. But we use rector in Afrikaans as well.
Director, yeah. Okay, so the head of the university. He calls him, and there are two Kadyrovites in that room. By the way, Andreas, I'm not sure that I can share his story like this. But anyway, I'm not saying his name. Okay, so that guy comes there and they ask him, Kadyrovites ask him, dude, why don't you have a Russian passport? It's 2022. Why do you still not have the Russian passport? He says to them, because I'm a Ukrainian and I will die a Ukrainian. And first of all, just imagine how daring it was, based, and how courageous he is.
Yeah.
And he says then, okay, he was lucky. It was still the beginning of the full-scale invasion, and this situation was possible back then, but now it's impossible, unfortunately. But they told him, okay, then you need to leave today. You need to leave Donetsk today, because tomorrow we have a warrant for your arrest. Tomorrow we're going to arrest you, and we're going to detain you. He gathered his things and he got out. First he got into Turkey, I guess, then to Poland. In Poland he was fighting the local ultras. He's a boxer, by the way.
Okay.
So the guy is very like very honest, very open, and very passionate, and very like easy to, how do you call this, when
talk to, or...
no, easy to blow up, like,
okay.
So I remember his name, Andreas, but I'm not sure, like, he told me that if he comes to my stream he wants to hide his face, because I think he still has someone in occupation, and it could be used against him. So since he doesn't want to show his face, I also for now don't want to say his name.
Say his name.
Yeah. So to not cause him problems. But anyway, Ukrainians like him still live there. Believe me, guys. And I'm really happy that this guy left that Russian fucking world, because he would be living in shit right now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Andreas, for mentioning that in the chat. And notice,
that's such a crazy story,
Yeah, there were more details, but I already forgot some of them because it was like 3 weeks ago already.
Yeah, see, this is why he should be on the stream. So when he's on the stream,
exactly,
all 47 viewers should join in.
Exactly. So guys, this stream, he told me when the season is gonna be ending, when he has the time for some day offs. I think it's gonna be the beginning of September. So in about 2 weeks, you're gonna see him on my, luckily, on my coffee shop stream. So yeah, I just
Awesome.
I was I remembered about him, guys, and I tried to get him on the stream, but I couldn't. Yeah, I would love to bring the stories of more people from who lived in occupation, who can share this, like I'm sharing today, this experience, because in my opinion, yes, it's not that interesting as the elimination of orcs on the front line, or some breakthroughs of Russians, and then Ukrainians stopping that breakthrough and everyone is celebrating. But it's early to celebrate, and at what cost it comes. Yes, that breakthrough was stopped, but can you imagine how many Ukrainian soldiers were injured or killed in that operation? And celebration is a bit disrespectful to Ukrainians, to be honest. I don't want to insult anyone, but I just am sharing the feelings of Ukrainians for those who care about those feelings. Because unfortunately, I know I'm not talking about our audience, but I know that some, especially some experts, those who will tell you everything about anything, they don't care much about the opinion of Ukrainians, and they rarely invite any Ukrainians to their streams and podcasts, and I don't like to see that. But I try to invite more Ukrainians, and I really love that I discovered the Free Azov stream format last year, thanks to Lila Trohimets. It's been, oh my God, so February 24th, 2024, when I started doing this. So it's then March, April, May, June, July, August. A year and a half I'm doing Free Azov streams every week, and I missed only 3 of them, I guess. Only 3 weeks. It's really, no, not 3, 4. Once I was sick, 2 times I was on the front line, and the 4th time I just thought it's going to be as always on Sunday, but it happened on Saturday, and I knew only yeah, so 4 times. That's cool. So guys,
that's a real commitment.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been at those streams. I've been at one. It was cold.
Yeah,
that's where I got the hand warmer from you.
Yes,
I got a hand warmer from Rick, and then I went and I stood at a protest because we were in Odessa, and it was also on a Sunday, not Free Azov, just return Ukrainian POWs, right? And I'm standing there, I'm cold, and then I get back to Halina's house and I unpack my backpack. I'm like, hey, I had hand warmers this whole time. And I've just sitting there being cold.
Yeah, it happens to me too. Okay, give me a second. I need to reply quickly here. So yeah, guys, the stories of Ukrainians, there are many stories of Ukrainians on those streams. And on my second channel, Rollin' with Rick, my awesome team members, Nikki and Andreas, they are posting the clips from those. So you can see so many interviews with Ukrainians as separate clips on the second channel. I think Keith Kane will definitely help us and post my second channel there.
Keith Kane is awesome.
Keith Kane is amazing. Keith, thank you for your work on both of our channels, and all other moderators. You are amazing. Thank you for your work. If you never interview a Ukrainian, you lose all respect for me. Adam Round says, yeah, but also, okay, I'll shut up because I'm about to say more things, and I would like to cause the conflict. Yes, Rick, I think I give Freyazov rallies bad vibes. Twice the mic was bad, then the rally didn't happen.
Today's blame it. She's bad luck. Okay.
No, Tanae, you're mistaken. Hello, Stacy. Hello.
That's Gail. That's Gale Force. Stacey's
yeah, I know. I noticed her because you see, I have this bug on my channel right now. Instead of the nicknames, I see the handles. So I see I see Gale Force instead of Stacy, and now I put the name to the name finally.
Yeah. If
Um,
you watch the stream, you can put the face to the name as well.
yeah, I actually watched that one, so I think I
Okay.
remember how she
Yeah.
looks too.
Yeah.
I watched that one just a bit. Remember, I came at the very end of the
Yes,
stream.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I didn't watch all of it. To be honest, I don't.
So
It,
you don't have time. Like if
no,
I see you in a stream, I'll be like, "What are you
it's
doing in your
actually
ghost
it's
stream?"
actually for some reason an excuse because sometimes I have time, but I want to consume mostly the content, Ukrainian content, either about corruption or with
Mm.
POWs. You see, I kind of have this eager wish to consume the Ukrainian content because I produce the English speaking content myself. So I want to hear Ukrainian. This is why I sometimes, even when I have time, it rarely happens like twice a week. I'm thinking, okay, I'm done with all my Ukrainian content. What is to watch besides that? And I still mostly don't go and watch someone else's channel. I would love to watch your channel, to be honest,
Mhm.
but I don't do that because of this, and I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah.
As always, not saying, "Oh, I just don't have time." Sorry, I'm being honest. Sometimes I have time, but I still don't watch.
No, but also like for me, it's like you don't have time. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have like you've run out of hours in a day. Because it's like we all have our schedules and our things we do, and taking time off for yourself is also something to do. So if
Yeah,
you're
you're
like,
right.
I don't have time, it's perfectly be like, I don't have time because I'm taking time off. I am vegging out on the couch. I am watching something brain dead, you're still busy because
Yeah,
you
you're
need to
right.
recharge your batteries.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I do that, by the way. Almost 2 times a week. So my work-life
That's good.
balance,
Gotten
work-life balance
better.
is not fucked up. For last year, I'm actually really um, keeping the schedule, trying to keep it,
Yeah.
because sometimes when my NAFA truck campaign is stuck, I gotta go to some extra stream on Saturday too and work in the evening, just like I did last Saturday. But it still is not out there. We had one donation during the stream on the NAFA truck campaign, but it was from Georgie's community. Thomas commented, he said, Georgie sent me over Slava Ukraini with love from Germany.
Awesome.
So it's totally okay. Like the people I see in the chat, I think 90% of them already donated.
Already
to the campaign.
donated,
Yeah.
probably.
And they already got the patches. And still having, like, we still have to raise 10,000 euros. That means, yeah, we should.
You do that, but then you promote Stednenko on your Twitter, not your NAFO campaign.
My Twitter.
You're the worst personal promoter.
You see, I agree with that. I rarely use Twitter. Actually, on Twitter, you need to write some personal posts, and this is not my format. Unfortunately, I like to share personal stuff like this, looking people in the camera. Like, I like to talk. I don't like to write my feelings, my thoughts. When I write, it comes out like I'm not one of the Twitter guys. I always form my sentences like a dummy, and everyone is like, It doesn't begin. It doesn't begin with "Це пізда," all this stuff. Ukrainians type. Guys, in Ukraine, we have the rule on Twitter, in Ukrainian Twitter, you got to begin your sentence with, "This is completely fucked up."
Or, like, this bullshit.
Yeah, this bullshit. "Та ну нахуй," this shit in Ukrainian. You need to swear in Ukrainian when you begin your tweet. And even in English, it doesn't sound like, me doesn't sound like the guy who Twitter would like. This is why This is why I'm not writing much there. I like to sit on my streams and talk for hours instead of writing something there.
Wow. We should just get you like voice dictation.
Probably. I could be
It was
making.
funny. Pete used to do like voice dictation stuff, and eventually I got him to stop doing it because it would get his accent wrong, and then he would say the most random things. I'm like, no. So I was like, please,
Probably.
I don't care if you speak to other people, but when you speak to me, please type it out or send a voice note because I cannot deal with this weird text.
Probably, I just need to start making short videos, just like
Yeah.
a selfie video.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I always put it to the lowest priority, and I do my work first, and I already don't have time for that. And during the day, and it's just like, yeah, I'm just not a Twitter person. I'm a YouTube person. The stream.
You're a YouTube person, yeah. And it's weird because like it's weird. Like you've got a YouTube community. Oh, there's a YouTube community, a Twitter community, and an Instagram community. And I think there's a Facebook community. But the Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, they're actually like fully developed communities,
Mhm.
And it's very rare that someone overlaps in all of them.
Yeah, it's super rare, and you gotta dedicate yourself to work completely to do that. I guess you don't have. Yeah, you shouldn't have, or it happens to have, you don't have the personal life, And since I'm trying to rest 2 days a week, it doesn't leave me any time to post anything on Twitter, considering how much work I'm doing on YouTube. And lately it's at least 4, usually 5 or 6 streams a week. And it's also, fundraising report, video reports from the soldiers that I need to edit. I'm not just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, there's editing that goes into it.
I'm writing, sitting down and writing an intro and the ending, and then I put the subtitles because usually soldiers report in Ukrainian. So there's so much work to do there, and it leaves me even no time to do the dubbings for the last 2.5 months. So I need to get back to that, and to get back to that, I need to sacrifice one of the streams per week, ideally. And lately, it means less money raised.
Yeah.
So, guys, donate please to my PayPal because I'm
Please,
not
so
doing a
that Rick
stream
can-
today. I'm totally fine. I actually am happy to be here, Jana. And even though I'm, if I did the coffee shop stream today, I would get the extra $500 approximately. And I'm actually okay not to do it because I also sometimes need to relax and share my story and not, work hard to reach the goal of the stream. And it's like on weekdays, it's $500. So rollers could chill today too. Guys,
You're giving the
goals
community some time off.
Yes, exactly. No goals today, but if you can send $10 or something, anything you can send
it.
to my PayPal
I
right
will.
now.
I will send you the €1.85 from.
Thank you.
That was a super chat on the stream. I will send you that as well.
Actually, no need to the super chats. Jana, don't do this, okay? Because I know I'm not donating any money from super chats. Well, technically I do, but anyway.
Yeah, you donate taxes.
I do, yeah, 30%. 30% fee of YouTube. That's first thing. Then tax. Then the tax money, if you pay taxes, to like tax money when you receive money. You got to pay taxes in your country. So money from YouTube is only like 60% of that money. So Jana, please, you will have to, if you send me 185 euros, you will have to pay 40% of that from your pocket, okay? So don't do that. Thank you for that work you do, Rick. Thank you, Nicola van Rijn. Why?
Yes, van Rijn. She is
Rijn.
Rijn. She is South African.
South African.
South
Awesome.
African. She's in Cape Town.
That's cool.
Yeah. She's going to Ukraine in October.
Nice.
I think it's October.
Nicola, if you want to meet me, it's
He's in
easy.
Kiev. Go meet Rick
I'm in
Kiev.
Kyiv. You can try to contact me directly, or you can just find me on Free Azov stream on Sunday, every Sunday.
Or if she can message me, because I have her number. So if she's there, I'll just connect the two of you.
Awesome. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel and check some of my streams to know me better. Maybe I'm not the person you would like to meet. Okay.
Yeah, he's a very rude Ukrainian. This guy.
Yeah, I can be rude. I can say, "You grifter, go fuck yourself," or something like that.
Yes.
$20 a donation from Tuna Otterson into the Rollers Funds. Thank you, Tuna. I'm lately being an asshole and donating all the money from that fund to the ongoing fundraiser because we lack money the last few weeks for our main fundraisers. Sorry. Yes, October. Okay, Jana, did you have more questions about occupation?
Oh, I have one. Okay, so I was hoping to actually explain this in the stream that I pre-recorded yesterday, and I did explain it there, but I haven't uploaded it yet, so I'll say it here as well. Okay, so one of the ways I was learning Russian before the full-scale invasion. Okay, I was like, cool, a new career opportunity, let's do this. Okay, and then after 3 Russian lessons, I was like, cool, now I'm good enough. So I joined a Russian dating website. Okay, because I'm like, I need friends to practice Russian with. And then I joined, and I realized that I do not know enough Russian to converse with these people. But it was interesting for me so I was watching the news, what is happening, building up, like the build up to the full scale invasion, while speaking to Russians about it, and it was that narrative kept coming through of, yes, but Ukraine is actually just Russia, and I was like, no, it's not. It really is not, but you have this I had these arguments, and they were like, yeah, well, America. I'm like, why are you talking to me about America? I'm South African. Don't yeah, well, America me. We are not talking about America. We're talking about you and Ukraine.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't yes, but America. Like, bugger off with that. Okay. He's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always a number one excuse for Russians. Yeah. Yeah, but America.
Yeah, and I was like, why? So, but one of the things that one of these guys was saying was like, Russian speakers were being oppressed in Ukraine. They're not allowed, like, the kids get punished if they speak Russian. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like bullshit. So, Rick, were the kids punished for speaking Russian?
Should I go with the serious answer? I think
Let's go with the serious one, because we never know who clips what. And
yeah. Exactly. Language topic is an excuse for Russia to invade Ukraine. Any Ukrainian can confirm that we did not have a language problem. On the East, everyone spoke Russian on the East. Yes, some people were speaking Ukrainian, but not in the cities and towns. In villages, they did. But unfortunately, Ukrainian language was kind of, people
it was
could
seen as like
shame you.
inferior. Yeah.
People would shame you if you speak Ukrainian to them on the street. Not always, but some of them would say, "Can you speak Russian?" So actually,
I love that accent. You got it perfect.
Can you speak Russian?
Can you speak Russian?
Okay. Can you speak Russian? And so you see, it was the opposite. Ukrainian language was a bit oppressed on the East. So all that bullshit about defending the Russian speakers is just a narrative. It's just,
but it's what's interesting. So people will say, like, no, Russians were being attacked. I'm like, are you saying Russians or Russian-speaking Ukrainians? No, I mean Russian-speaking Ukrainians, of course. I'm like, no, but you don't, of course, because you said Russians.
Mhm.
And what people don't understand, and that's something that I, here in South Africa with the activism work I do, is like a Russian-speaking Ukrainian is as Russian as an English-speaking South African is
Mhm.
British,
Mhm.
you know.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately for Russia, Russia thinks wherever Russian is spoken, that is where it is. Also, Stacey wants to know, what's the sentiment around speaking Surzhyk in Ukraine?
What's the sentiment in this case?
Like,
What does it mean?
how do people, like, I don't know, how is it perceived? Like, is it common, or is it like if someone speaks Surzhyk, you're like, oh, it's not a pure
Okay.
language, or
Okay.
what's the
let me ask-
vibe?
Sentiment. I'll translate it. Настрой. Ага. Почуття, настрой. Got it. So basically, I personally didn't like Surzhyk
Mhm.
until I listened to Kurhan и Агрегат. Kurhan and Agregat is the Ukrainian band who sing in Surzhyk. And you see, the thing is, there are two things. There is Surzhyk, which is half Ukrainian, half Russian. But there's also a dialect, Ukrainian dialect, for example, in Kharkiv Oblast. Those guys from Kurhan and Agregat, they are from Kharkiv Oblast, from the village of Bliznyuki, which translates like twins. And in that band, there are two twins, actually. There are three of them in the band, two twins, and one guy called Dreka. He was fighting Kraken in the beginning of the full-scale
Oh,
invasion.
wow.
And unfortunately, he ended up in the psychiatric facility because of that. Yeah, war traumatized him. And he also has a solo project, Just Kurhan. I really recommend to listen to that music. He is writing songs about the war right now. They are pretty heavy. And, they have this funny, ironic music, very cringy, very Surzhyk. And, they are really cool guys. They're helping the army, raising millions of hryvnias every month for
Wow.
Gur, mostly on their concerts. They're always doing auctions. They're always like calling for everyone to donate, always opening the fundraisers, basically doing the same as I do, but on like bigger level, meaning they are known throughout Ukraine. They are pretty popular right now. So these guys are Surzhyk made me understand that Surzhyk is not something bad. Yes, of course, it would be perfect if we all speak like perfect Ukrainian, but there is some charm in Surzhyk, actually. So I really like the music. But the thing is, these guys lately in the new albums they lose less and less Surzhyk. Exactly. В моей голове заграв оркестр пьяных обезьян. That's their song. That's what Dana put into the chat. Yeah, so in my head, the orchestra of the drunk monkeys started playing. That song means, yeah. So they're singing about the plastic bag making sounds in your head, шарудит, пиздец. So making sounds like fuck, like yeah, that's a very funny music. So yeah, Surzhyk is, I think, most of the Ukrainians are okay with Surzhyk these days.
Dana says Surzhyk is the way to screw Russian language.
Exactly. And actually make them not understand Russian.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so Dana knows what she's talking about.
And then Mr. Squiggle wants a link to the band so we can listen to it.
Sure. Give me I'm gonna send you actually to the song about the planets of the apes. I was actually putting that song as an intro on one of the Sunday streams.
Okay. Your Sunday streams is where I get my music sometimes. I just use Shazam Just find it
Uh-huh.
on Shazam, and then I'm like, cool, new song, add it.
Thank you for that. I'm happy that I provide you with good quality music, but that's usually the kind of music I listen to. I rarely listen to bad quality music.
You're so humble. Okay, guys, I got the link from Rick. I'm going to post it now.
I'm so humble. I, am proud with my taste. Yeah, actually,
And then Nicola wants to know if you know the band Gogol Bordello.
I know that band, but it's not my style of music, not my taste, not my perfect taste. Joking, not the perfect one, but not a bad one. But everyone like tastes differ, and I respect like people who listen to any music except for Russian music. I don't respect those people.
Oh, I
Like,
should send you this documentary. It's about how the Ukrainian music scene was Russified, and
yeah.
then it changed again. But it's really cool because they interview a bunch of like musicians. It's in Ukrainian, but there are subtitles.
I
But
think I
it's a
watched
really
that one.
oh okay.
Yeah,
No.
because I remember I watched the whole like 15 minutes video about it or 1 hour.
Oh, this is a lot. This is longer.
This one is
think it's-
longer. Okay,
yeah.
send it to me.
find it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks about their music. Andrea says, yeah, exactly. That they have the best taste. This is why I'm not trying to say that my taste is better than anyone else's. Even if you listen to totally different music, your taste is great because that's your taste. Like,
Mhm.
it's all, tastes differ. This is why it's not smart to say that some music is bad, some music is good. I just don't
I mean,
like
some music is objectively bad. Like I can play you some Afrikaans songs that you're gonna be like, I want to rip my ears out.
Okay, there is, for example, some Ukrainian. I'm thinking, no Ukrainian, but Russian
Janae says,
music.
so no balalaika on Rick's watch.
Actually, guys, I even won one balalaika on the auction in support of Ukrainian army, but I left it at the underground stage bar. Yeah, because I made a photo of it, but never showed it on the stream. Or did I show it, rollers? Maybe I showed it and forgot about it. Let me know. I sign it like Russia is a terrorist state, made a photo, and left it there. Yeah, because my wife told me, you are not bringing this shit to our house. Yeah, and I said, okay,
Fine.
fine. Yes. I remember the Ross who was saying hi.
Oh my goodness. I'm all out of questions.
Okay.
Chad, do you
Maybe-
have any questions? They have been asking. Yes, you talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to remember something from the occupation that I did not mention. Agitation. When they took power, the Russians and pro-Russian forces, they started putting banners styled like the Soviet ones, like, did you join the army? The Red Army, like, all that shit. Like, no, I won't be drinking tonight. You've seen those, Jana, right? The Soviet agitation posters.
Yeah,
that.
I've seen them. They look almost similar to the Nazi ones.
So yeah, you basically there you live in the atmosphere of Soviet Union and Soviet sympathy. So it's like they didn't even have at that time that much Soviet symbolism in Russia than they had in Donetsk and Makiivka, and they were, forcing everyone to like the electronics store where I worked. They came to it and said everyone should have a so-called DPR flag and in front of your store by the next week, or you're gonna be you're gonna have to pay money. How do you call this? A penalty?
Fine.
Pay a fine, or you're gonna have to pay a fine. Yeah, all that propaganda was such a bullshit. I didn't, I didn't face much of it because I didn't work in any governmental structures, luckily. But what I heard from those, it was terrible. Like they were always
Jeez.
making people gather at some patriotic bullshit concerts, where they sing songs about that so-called banana republic, and where they are being so fucking cringe, guys. Just imagine Soviet Union in its best, cringe.
Oh my goodness.
Basically Russian occupation is cringe. Russia is fucking cringe. And
This is how you connect with like Gen Alpha, just so you know. You just say it's like
cringe, yeah. But
so cringe,
fuck.
skibbity.
Yeah, but really, like I'm half millennial, half boomer, and I still consider that shit cringe, like big time. So
Seriously.
it's not only, you're not only strict of your rights, you don't just live in shit and poverty, you also live in cringe, and you are being forced to be the
Live
part
in
of
cringe.
yeah, Russia is cringe. Russian world is cringe, and it's the most harmful part of it. It will just bring you depression, and all the other parts of it will bring you either injuries or death. So, or mental injuries at least.
Yeah. I don't know. When I was in Odessa, Halina and I went to an art exhibition on non-violent resistance in the occupied territories, right? And one of the pieces that was featured was like one of the sets of the exhibition was Zlamovka, that all women protest group in the occupied territories, right? And they have these occupation diaries that they post, like from different people who tell their stories in different parts. And the one woman said her son turned like 18. There was a knock on the door, and it was like, cool, off you go, time to go fight.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine, like, that living with that fear of, especially now with the full-scale invasion, just one day you're going to get a knock on the door and you need to go and fight against your own country.
Yeah, it's, Russian world is just a place where they take your children. So peace at any cost will result the children of people in occupation being taken and sent to the front line to storm the trenches of other parts of Ukraine first, then of European countries. Maybe European countries will start being invaded even earlier than the rest of Ukraine will be invaded once again. I just look at the indecisiveness of our partners, who cannot be told, our allies, for example, what they have, those leaks, the confidential information. In Wall Street Journal today, they said there are 4 types of plans, and in the most daring one, they won't even be sending troops further than the west of Ukraine. What the fuck can they do in the western part of Ukraine? They say they will be training our soldiers. Wow, thank you. That's a great support.
That's
Jana, your honest opinion won't be expressed now, I guess.
It's so fucking bullshit. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's not a
just
lack of training that is the. I mean,
yeah. What
yes,
can they train
training
us?
can
We
improve.
fucking train them.
It can improve. Yes, there's always room for improvement with training. Always.
Yeah.
Okay. But that is not the problem. They've been. Yeah. Oh, Rick, дякую.
My pleasure.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh. No, I
Rollers
can't.
and Constantiners, follow my lead, please. Buy some gifted memberships for Project Constantine. I love to do it. I love to receive them, but it is a big pleasure to give gifted memberships, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to help a bit, just a tiny bit. And no need to send me any of this. Okay, this is a support for Project Constantine.
Thank you. Thank you.
And ideally, I think people should not, should not accept donations through super chats and gifted memberships, especially gifted memberships, because it all becomes very mixed and shady. And it's important to separate money,
Donations versus
donations and personal
channel
earnings.
support.
Channel support, exactly. So I talk openly about that. And I lately got to ask people to buy gifted memberships on my streams, because I think a lot of them were buying them before thinking that they are donating to Ukrainian army. I don't know. But anyway, I ask people to prioritize the donations to Ukrainian army as a priority.
Keith
Tune?
got a membership.
From Tune. Wow,
From Tune.
that's so cool. Congrats, Keith. By the way, who? Tune donated. After Tune, Nikki Hill donated $10. And before the stream, Stephen W., who I think was in the chat saying Free Azov earlier, he donated $20 before the stream saying Glory to Heroes. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Okay, someone else will buy the memberships, please. You see, this time I'm asking not for myself.
Go donate to Rick. Go donate to Rick.
To Rick's fundraiser for the Ukrainian army.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know.
They've been watching this stream for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you've been here for 2 hours of those, more or less. They know who they're donating to.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So,
I want to show you this, right? So this is the patch from the 67th Brigade.
Nabesna Luch. It's mirrored. This is why.
Yeah.
But I read it backwards.
Yeah.
Nabesna Luch. It's beautiful. Is it the rubber one?
It's a rubber one. But they got reshuffled, got a new commander, so now this is no longer the patch.
Ooh, now that's a rare patch.
Now it's a vintage patch.
Vintage patch. Can I get one somehow?
No. Ask.
Actually, you know what? Actually, I don't deserve it because we didn't support them. This is why I should not receive it. Okay, so no need to ask. That's how it works. I cannot get all the patches in the world.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I have I have all the patches, but the ones that I really like are it's like this one, and then I have this pink one that looks like a ticket, and it says Donbas shit show at Mid 1. and I remember that from when Pete got that, and he exchanged patches with the guy on the front, and I remember he sent a photo of it to the group chat. So when I got when I met up with Halina in Odessa, she's like, "Here, these are yours," and she's like, "Pick what you want, I'll take the rest." I was like, "Oh yes, I got the Donbas shit show."
And does it say shit show in Ukrainian?
No, let me go fetch it quickly. Let me go fetch it. I can show you.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Jana just received the membership. That's so cool. Jana received the membership from Silver Earth. Silver Earth, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Thank you. Guys, thank you for your support of Project Constantine. And it's very appreciated also by me, because I respect them a lot, and I think they're doing a great job. And we need to share support, right? Because it's not okay when people say, "Don't donate to that guy, donate to me." We should
Okay, so
share the support with good people like Jana and Helena and their project Constantine.
let me do this. I'm gonna.
Jana, you got a gifted membership from Silver
Thank you.
Earth.
Thank you. I went
By
to
the
look for
way,
it there, but I just mirrored myself properly. This is what
mm,
it says.
Donbas should show a ticket. Wow, that's cool. And the ticket number 83,000,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, 83,000.
That's funny.
So this
Whoa,
one?
cool. Big support. Adam, $50. Stand
Wow.
strong, brothers and
Thanks.
sisters. Majority of Americans are with you. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you for this $50. That's cool.
And then I have this one.
Cremignonia. Cremignonia. Yeah.
So
Pete was wearing this one, I guess.
yeah.
That's
So
really
these
cool.
were all ones he wore. These. And then yeah.
And I got a donation of $20 from Stephen W. once again.
Yay!
He says, "Free Azov, rest in peace, Pete." Rest in peace, Pete.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, guys, it's almost midnight in Ukraine.
It is almost midnight in Ukraine.
Yeah, just in 24 minutes.
So do you
this stream
guys
was
want
awesome.
to send money to Rick? Go send money to Rick.
You sure?
Yeah, go donate to Rick.
Before we
next time.
finish, or maybe after we finish too.
Or after we finish too. I would just like to say that any donation that comes in for the next for tonight and tomorrow until 12 o'clock, those are from me. Like because of the stream, even though other people did it, it's because of me. I'm kidding.
Okay. Yes.
Not
yeah,
really.
Totally. I totally agree with
I'm
you.
so influential. I can influence
Yeah.
the future.
Jana, you're awesome. Really. Thank you for
Uno reverse card, no you, but thanks.
Okay, we can agree on that we're both awesome.
Yeah,
okay?
we're both pretty cool.
Yeah, as
Oh,
I
you guys
said,
have-
yeah.
Donna says you guys have air defense working.
We have air defense working. I don't hear it, but we live in totally different districts of Kyiv with Donna.
Okay.
Basically, in the opposite sides.
Okay.
Probably I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, because the whole chat knows where you live.
Oh yeah, just like the opposite side. But the opposite side is pretty big, so I can. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it could be the opposite
anywhere
side of the
there.
street or the opposite side of Kiev.
No. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
It was
having me
awesome to
here.
have you here.
It's really cool
And
to
yeah.
actually have a chance to share my story once again, because usually, yeah, my guests don't ask me much questions on my streams, and when I'm being invited to the streams, they are the streams of my friends already.
So they know the story.
Yeah, so they know the story, and we usually don't talk about that, but it's important to remind people about that. Even if we don't have hundreds or thousands of people watching us, even if we will let one or two new people know how it was in occupation for me and how it is in occupation for many other people right now, it already makes a difference, because even like changes in lives of a few people, not hundreds and thousands, they are already important, and that's how you do stuff. If everyone will be doing this, of course not everyone can talk for hours like me and being a blah 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 person. but basically, if everyone does their part, and change the perception of just a few people, if everyone takes their personal responsibility for donating, raising funds, sharing this important information with the world, it will change the world, because if
Okay.
everyone will be working on that, it will bring us victory. And I'm happy that so many Ukrainians are making their personal contribution, and they are taking this personal responsibility. A lot of Ukrainians are joining the army. A lot of Ukrainians are raising funds, not just, donating, but also creating their own fundraiser. Yes, not for big jars like 20,000 hryvnias, sometimes 5,000. Some students do that. And still, they're making their contribution.
I need to tell you something. I have a friend in Poland, right?
Mhm.
And he's at university there, and I don't know, like students are always broke because they're always partying.
Yeah,
He's Polish. He manages to get them to donate money to Ukraine. So he
that's so
collects
cool.
money and then he sends it to me because he's like, when he sends it to Project Constantine. Other times he's like, he got it. He made a few bucks playing cards with people. He's like, here's donations.
That's really cool.
I'm like, I don't know how you're able to get money from students, but that's talent.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Stephen Walsh is the one who's been donating to me 2 times today, and he says, "GG, thank you all."
Thank you,
Stephen,
Stephen.
for some reason, Stephen, I know that some people cannot chat on my streams for some reason. MDAO could not do it for some time, so I think that's the case. But I don't see Stephen ever chatting on my streams, but he's visiting my streams and donating during them. So it's strange, and I wonder if he would share someday would share the information. Why is that? Like, is it does it really don't work for him, or he just doesn't like to chat? But here he chatted 2 times already today, so I'm curious. Yeah, probably it just doesn't work. But anyway, Steven, I know that you usually don't like to take the tickets for the flag or the patch or whatever I have on the raffle, but maybe since you're chatting today, maybe you tell me today yes or no. Yes, tickets, please, or no tickets, thank you. Can you please say that? I would be happy to know that. You know, Jana, like my general, I also wanted to say like general, I don't know what, like summary for today. Um, like it is hard in Ukraine, and with each year of this full scale war, it is getting even harder. And we have like the harder situation on the battlefield. We have the more complicated situation with our partners, and some of them are trying to force us to capitulate and being hypocrites, saying one thing to Zelensky and our partners, and then going and saying once again, you shouldn't start this war if you cannot afford to win it. Shut the fuck up, Trump. Like, we didn't start this war, and we will finish it, though. Even though we didn't start it, because there's no other way. It's either us or them. And I think even like, despite how hard it is for us, Russia has like not a 0% chance, but I think it's below 1% chance to like win Ukraine, at least in this full scale invasion. If Trump and Putin will manage to freeze this war and gather the forces for the next full scale invasion, we will see how it will be there. But until we're standing, until our defenders are standing on the front line, until we have their back here in the rear, keep raising funds, and not just Ukrainians, all of you guys, thank you for helping us with that. Thank you for helping me and Jana and Helena and Project Constantine, because our grassroots efforts, our funds, and volunteers like me and Jana and Helena, your fund, Jana, did you calculate how much you raised in 2024, for example?
No,
project
I
cost you to?
didn't. I need to calculate that. But I did a 6-month review the other day. Let me get
This
this.
year, you mean?
This year, from January to July. Let me quickly get that. So where is it? Here we go.
Stephen Walsh, by the way, replied. He said, "Yep, I'm not that much of a chatter. No tickets. Thank you, Rick. Thank you very much for replying to me, Stephen."
So let's get this. We have donated in the first 6 months of 2025. We donated just over $74,000. Okay.
Nice.
And yeah, there's a post up on our website where you guys can go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we, not big funds, you know, we, I think, are very important parts of the puzzles because, yes, we don't provide like multiple trucks at the same time as Save Life Anyway does, you know, and we're not supplying like the whole brigades with all they need. We don't do that, yes, but those guys who cannot get the equipment we provide them otherwise.
I mean,
they,
for example, like we bought Nefam yesterday, you know?
what's an FM?
It is something you inhale, that Nefam.
Okay.
I think it's Nefa. Yeah.
Nefapam?
Yeah, let me get it. Wait, I need to.
So it's something for
Humarox
the
is the
medics, right?
Ukrainian brand. Humarox is the Ukrainian brand. It is an anesthesia and pain medicine. And you basically like inhale it. So you don't have to take like it as a pill, and they use it on the front. The medics use it there on the front because that doesn't compete with any medication that the doctors will give someone if someone needs to go to surgery. So yesterday we bought 25 of those, you know, and it's like boom, on its way. It's small things, you know, but they make a difference because yes, we're not impacting a big, you know, everyone, but I think we need to, like, I think oftentimes people look at like, oh, you bought 25 cars, that's massive. Yes, that is huge, but even just saving one life or is already something.
Yeah. And by the way, soon we will hand over 19th NAFA truck, and that's only NAFA trucks because through the PayPal initiative we also provided many trucks. But what trucks are popular, yes, and they are less popular than drones. But what is not that popular is car repairs, and it is very important. For example, yesterday we closed a fundraiser for 90,000 hryvnias. That's more than $2,000, right? A bit more. Yeah, like $2,200 approximately. And without that car repair, the Blackbeard group, the same unit who are getting the car from us soon when we close this fundraiser, the ongoing one, they would not be able to use their Suzuki that they use every day without that car repair. Yes, they actually repaired them like in depth, and they owned them the money. Yes, they, let's say, could borrow that $2,000 and then they would have some problems. But we can actually provide them this money, and they will pay for the repairs that were made, and they can take the car from the repair service and use it already. So it's these things are important. Car repairs, repeaters, some signal receivers, transceivers that people usually don't see, but they are a very important part of the work. Like they see the drones, they see the FPV drone and the video from the camera of the FPV drone.
Mhm.
But there's a whole infrastructure to make that work: power station, generators, and there are also night vision devices that I needed and asked. We have one in line, but most of the we do these things, that are very important, and they are pieces of the puzzle, because without the repairs, without all those repeaters and generators, all the system would not be working properly, or would not be working at all.
Yeah.
And all of, like, a lot of this is holding on the small funds, initiatives, and separate volunteers, because you guys are fund. I'm just a volunteer, and yes, I have my team on YouTube, but I'm doing all the accounting, all this.
I hate the accounting.
Yeah. No, I actually have an accountant who does the, like, tax declarations and all of that. Yeah,
But
I
it's
don't.
the making sure, so the tax side, we have an accountant,
Yeah.
but then the internal, where money is going, running all of that's a whole different thing.
By the way, Andreas helps. Tires, antennas, plates, exactly. Plates for the body armor, because, guys, yes, our government is providing the body armor, and it's providing the plate carriers. But the problem is they are providing it only once per half a year. If the soldier loses their body armor because of some shrapnel or the bullet, they need to replace it. And they don't have the time to wait. This is why these requests are still being made. And this is something. And plate carrier can tear easily, even without an incoming. There are conditions in which everything breaks, everything is getting lost. War conditions are just terrible, and tires, exactly. You know what? The problem is, in some brigades, they don't even provide our soldiers with the fuel, or just 50% of the fuel. Yes, corruption. They fucking just
Fucking hell.
steal half of it and tell soldiers to just fuel the cars with their own money. And that's what they do in many brigades. So I'm happy that they don't ask for the fuel, but I know that they pay, like, for at least half of the fuel, some of them for all the fuel from their own money. So there's a problem with corruption, of course. But the most important thing that we know, and you guys know, that the stuff that we raise funds for is getting to soldiers, and it's not being stolen as it is being stolen, like in case with the fuel. So I'm happy we're talking about it. Talking about these things that are, usually unseen, and they seem small, is important. Tools, generators, medkits. Exactly. Yeah.
Medkits so important. Yeah.
Medkits, every week we're providing Helena, who is gathering those medkits, who is assembling them.
Was that?
Nah, that was a fucking bike driver
I
outside.
thought it was, but I was like,
We have problem with them.
I
A
know.
lot of Ukrainians are also taking them for Shahid drones, and people usually sleep already at this hour at midnight in Ukraine. And these fuckers, when the window is opened, they're just making people wake up, and people think that it's a Shahid drone. So we are angry at those bastards.
Yeah.
And also, racing cars, some Chevrolet Camaro or Dodge Challenger can also make the brrr sounds.
So when I was in Ukraine, I never heard of Shahid, right? But I've heard enough videos, and once I got back from Ukraine, we had like a thunderstorm here, and we get thunderstorms all the time. But I was like, kind of sounds like ballistics, because the second night I was in Odessa, there were 3 ballistics, right? And my apartment where I live is right next to the highway. So sometimes you get people who are racing there. I'm like, Jana, this is South Africa. We don't have shaheeds here. Calm down.
You see, guys, you can get PTSD even, even if you did not experience the Shaheed or
Yeah.
ballistic missile attack in Ukraine, you just kind of get into the atmosphere.
Mm.
You need to stay in Ukraine. Wow.
That is-
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting new
Yeah.
experience, Jana. Thank you for sharing.
I mean, the ballistics one that I had,
You had the ballistics.
I had that experience. Yeah, second
Shit.
night in Odessa, 3 landed a kilometer away from me.
Okay, guys. So her PTSD is not.
I went to therapy. I'm fine.
That's
The
good.
Shaheed one is like inferred, but the ballistics one that happened. The other one is just like adopted. Okay. Good night.
Let's finish.
Good night. Thanks, chat. You guys are awesome. And I'm gonna end the stream now.
Yes, let's do it. Live long, prosper, and donate, everyone. And Slava
Bye.
Ukraini. Jana, it was a great
Everyone,
time
Slava.
here. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
having me as a guest.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.